What about this defense, though, it makes it feel more free than what it was a year ago?
Man, just the technique and the communication, how the coaches are drawing it up. Your alignment, from your alignment to what you're supposed to do to your pad level, it can take you a long way from you making a TFL or a sack. So you just understanding where you're supposed to be at and understanding your job and your role and just doing your job to the highest level, and you can make a lot of plays doing that, man.
Kane talked about how the D-line last year was very individually focused. Everyone was kind of like focusing on their good numbers. Some people would have good days, some bad days. He wants this down to be more of like a team focus. Do you feel like that's what Coach Reynolds is talking about, what Dillingham's talking about? Do you feel
totally.
like there's going to be a difference?
A saying that we have, just for our position, people, is the first thing Coach Reynolds says, we, us, team. He preaches team. He says if one thing goes down, we all go down. Just how we were just doing conditioning together. That's just something we do. Proud of ourselves of being a team. Just being one unit and just going out there and executing everything. One man, like if a guy goes down, the next two steps up and do exactly what he needs to do. So.
And how important is it for you to be part of that leadership group, especially with you being like obviously a redshirt senior like yourself, Clayton, Sam, other people who have been in this room before, considering that there's also a bunch of new guys now in the position group, and more than 20 guys.
It's important, we set the example, man. So how we want to leave this place is how we're going to leave it. So it's on our shoulders to go out there and leave the place how we want to leave it, and just go out there and bust our ass and show the young guys how to do it. So.
What's kind of the attitude of the defense? If you had to describe it, how would you do it?
Just relentless, fast, physical, and just being the hardest hitting team out there, man, and being able to communicate on all three phases and all three levels, and just being able to play for one another. That's the biggest thing right there.
How do you feel like maybe you guys are kind of connecting at all three levels, just as a group? How do you feel like you guys are connecting on that?
You can see it today in practice, man. On all three levels, communication. Coming off the field, we're all talking together. DB's talking to D-line, giving fist bumps, high fives, good plays, bad plays, still communicating. So that's just the biggest thing today, was just communication, and make sure we're all on point with that.
How does that kind of relate to last year? What are some of the differences?
I would just say the biggest thing last year was just, we were kind of just split up into two different groups. But now this year, everyone's coming together and being one team and playing for one another and trusting one another to go out there and do their job. So that's the biggest thing.
Well, what kind of allowed you guys to come together and not be so separate?
Just chemistry, man. College football is a different breed this year. Or just been a different breed. You get 80 new guys every single team. You can be playing with a different team every year. So you're just getting to know the guys, come out here and make sure you know who they are and why they're here and what drives them, and just having to appreciate them for what they do every single day.
Yeah. What is it like going up, working with Clayton Smith? Obviously, you guys kind of go back and forth, work together a lot. What is it like just having a guy like that?
Man, it's fun. We compete every day. That's something me and him been doing since a kid. We both just come out and compete. Be our best, and provide for our family. So that's one thing we're going to push each other every day, just come out here and compete and be the best we can ever be.
Did you know Clayton before you came to ASU? Or?
Yeah, we knew each other since we both from Texas. We've been knowing each other since we was kids. So.
Okay, cool. So you guys had a little bit of a relationship beforehand, and it's kind of blossomed here at ASU?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So what's kind of the relationship of the backstory to that?
He's from Texas, I'm from Texas. We played each other in high school football. He went to OU in Texas. It's just we've been competing since we were kids, man. So it's just something we know each other just because Texas thing. You go to Texas, you play football in Texas, it's a small circle. You're going to know everybody, especially in D-line, trenches and stuff.
With the Texas to Tempe kind of movement that ASU's doing right now,
yes, sir.
How does that kind of, how does that make you feel? Like your face kind of lit up when I mentioned that.
Man, I'm excited, man, because when I first got here, there was a lot of Texas kids out here. Now, with Coach Sampson, Brian, all them just coming down here and just changing their and bringing a lot of Texas guys down here. And it's just fun to see a bunch of Texas guys down here and just come out here and change the narrative about how we play ball, man. So.
What's the narrative you're trying to change?
Man, just don't play with Texas, man. We some ball players, and we don't come down here and just play ball. That's what we do.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Prince.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks, man.
Yes,
Prince, kind of going back to the team and stuff, what is the confidence level like collectively as a defense? It's early, but you've been very high on what you guys have done so far.
I think everyone's confident, man. We should be confident in the work we put in. For the last 12 weeks, we just grinded and busted our ass, with Coach Joe. So now it's the time to actually put it on the field and show them what we've been doing. So it's been fun so far just to see the work and the fruits in our labor. So I'm just excited to see what's to come on Saturday and how much improvement we get from today to Saturday.
What has been some of the things that you've improved on over the offseason? And you might have already been asked this, but just in terms of personal development and even mentally or beyond physically?
Me personally, I've been working on just being a consistent dude that just comes out every day and busts his ass. So that's one thing for me. And just physically, I've been trying to get my body right, just staying bigger, just make sure my elbow gets back to 100%. So I make sure I can come out here and play my best ability and be able to help the team win.
You're one of the veterans on the team, and what is it like for you just to be able to be a leader, and now also knowing Coach Ward's defense now for you being the only one that's been, or one of the only ones that's been here 2 years, what has it been like for you to step up as a leader?
I see that as a big responsibility. it's not a light thing that anyone should take. And just playing football here at Arizona State is a great opportunity and privilege, and should not take it lightly. And me just being looked at as a leader, I don't take that lightly. Just going out there every day and make sure I set a good example for the young guys coming up next, so they can go out there and do what they need to do too.
We saw quite a few sacks today in the team portion of everything. So what have you seen as a collective group, in the defensive front?
Man, one thing that I love today is just how we're communicating as a defense as a whole. Everyone on all different levels are just communicating, back end, the front end, the D-line, and we're all just running to the ball. That's one thing we're going to harp on all three phases: get to the ball, all hats to the ball, and get that ball out. So that's one thing we've been preaching today.